Hi guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. If you're new here, thanks for coming. I welcome you. And if you aren't new here, also thanks for clicking on this video. I implore you all to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and to this video. Alright. So I also have a blog, ubicodesblog.com. I talk about or should I put it this way, I share articles relating to web development, mental health, and books. So I implore you to subscribe to that blog. Alright, so let's just get into what we have today. So today we want to build this simple website. It's not anything technical, not anything too comprehensive. I just want to teach I think about three concepts. One would be this last morphism effect. I once did a video on that, but just another means of application. So just the simple class morphism effect. That will be one. Second thing with this nice mouse effect. And we can see when we hover an image we get this here. Also as we hover the text we see this blend mode, so to say. Also the images too. So we'll learn how to do that. The third thing would be changing the color of the website like this, and also try to make our website responsive as well. I hope I'm sounding okay because I have a little bit of sore throat, or all well and good. When there's a view, there's a way. So let's get started. So I already have my file. I've created my file and I've put the images I'll be using inside. So there'll be a link to the images for you to get started with. Okay, and also drop the link to the source code. So I already have it open here. If I close one thing you can do is to drag, and if you open a new folder you can just drag and drop it right inside here and your folder is opened. Okay, so or you can, if you open it your folder and you right click, and maybe if you were the type probably in the process of setting up your VS Code, you clicked on adding open with code additional options, then you probably find this. Okay, so if you don't have this, then just drag and drop it right inside. Okay, so we can pretty much get started already. So I think we'll start with just index.html, and start with CSS and index.js. Okay, so we have that set. So we'll create this exclamation mark and click on tab. Right here I'll put fit. I think that's the name of what we're doing. Okay, so we don't forget, let's just link everything right up. I'm linking this to my style.css dot and a forward slash. Then right here I'm going to put my script. Sorry. And I'll link it to our JS file. Sorry. That's all well and good. Okay, I think we can get started already. So this will be right beside our browser so we can see some of the live changes we're making. So if I right click here I can see open with live server. Okay, so I open mine with live server. So let's get started. If you don't have live server, just download live server. Come to the marketplace, or extensions rather. Then you can probably search for a number of extensions you want. So search for live server and download it. It's that simple. That it automatically you see the changes itself. So let's get started. So get started with our header. Alright, and header, we'll use the header elements, and we'll have an h1 tag, and we're going to say right fit in between. Then we would have an href, right, and we'll give it a class of button, and in between there we'll have sign up. Okay, so that's that for the header, and we can see it looking right at us. The next section will be the hero section, and we'll do something simple. We'll just write hero and give it a class of hero. Okay, then a background image is here, right? but we're not going to put in our index.html, we're going to put in our style sheet. So let's go back to our style sheet and let's start styling. Okay, so all right, I'm going to be let's get started. I'm using I'm not currently connected to internet for reasons obvious. I I don't know how to explain it, but yes, I'm not connected to the internet at the moment because I would like to have used fonts, because I want like this font. I like this font. I find it really nice. So I think this. So I will probably import it. So let's go to Google Fonts. I'm going to be using Grupo, Gruppo. I'm not connected to the internet. I'm not sure it's going to work, but I'll probably just import it and put it right here. I'll put it right here. Okay, and let's do a general styling. Let's go back here. We're going to do general styling using our asterisks, and I'm going to do a box sizing. We're going to do a box size of border box. Okay, and a margin of 0. Right. So this is that's just going to take up all the excess spaces around. I hope I'm audible. The next I'll do is the body and give the font family, like I said. And the font family is Grupo. So you guys might have noticed this sans serif. So when you do things like this, you're telling the web browser that first check if this font is on the user's system. If the font is not on the user system, use this. And sometimes that the font is not actually on the user system, not even on my own system. So that's the purpose of probably importing this font. Alright, so we can use it in our web browser. So even if it's not on anybody's system, it's coming from Google's API, font API, as you can see. So that makes it easier. So even if the person is not connected to the internet, this is going to be the default font to be used. So I think that's it. So we're going to give a font size of about 18 pixels and a line height of 1.4. Yeah, we're going to do a 1.4. Okay, and let's give it a color white. The white won't make sense yet because you know what, we're doing a background, so background color of black. Okay, I'm going to give a transition background color. Second. Right, so you can see the effect in the background. This one not necessary for now, maybe I may do it later. So let's go to our header. Let's do something here. So we're going to add this dark class using our JavaScript. So what we aim to achieve is that when we're changing the color of our website, like here, when it's a light color, let's apply the dark this thing there. So we're going to start our header, right, and we're going to give a position of fixed, a top of 24 pixels, left of 24 pixels, right of 24 pixels too. We're going to give a padding of 16 pixels on the top and bottom and about 24 pixels left and right. Okay, should I stop this blinking stuff so we can just let's comment it out? Yes, we're gonna have something sharper. So we'll give it a background color of FFF. Then backdrop filter give a background drop filter of blur and about 12 pixels. So okay, then we'll give a box shadow of 0 0. All right, then I think 4 pixels, 10 pixels. Then let's change the color. Let's color over. This is not supposed to be minus. So to 0. Let's remove the minus. All right. So oh god. So 1 2 3 4. So 3 3 6 zeros 2 0 2. So we're almost getting that effect right there. Then we're going to do a z index of 1 so that when we're scrolling, things can scroll under it. Then we're going to give this a display flex. So when you flex it up, everything relaxes, like flex, like relax. You get so align items. I'm not trying to listen. Align items center and justify content space between. Okay, so we can see that let's start our h1, which is our fit. So header h1. Here we're going to give a font size of about 36 pixels, a font width of about 400. So we have something like that. Okay, then we're going to give this section. Before going onto our section, let's start our button. So go header and do a button. So what this does is that it targets the a elements, so to say, and it targets the class button underneath within the a element. That's a link element. So we're going to give it a background color of black, and I'm going to give it a color of white as the font color. And a border, we're going to remove the border and say border none. Then we add a padding of 12 pixels and 20. That's 12 pixels top and bottom, and 20 pixels left and right. Then we'll have a font size of 18 pixels and text decoration. Text version of 50 pixels. Okay, so that's it. I mean text version on, sorry. Alright, and border radius of 50 pixels. Yeah, so we have that. Okay, let's add border radius to our header. So kind of almost having a blur effect there. By the time you start scrolling, you will really see I hate this thing. I don't know what this is. Like, what the heck is this, please? This is I don't know how I'm going to close this. So let's duplicate it. So let's just remove this. Okay. So another thing will be the hero section in quotes. So like I said, we'll be importing our background image here. So we're going to use background image, use URL, then the URL to the image. So mine is coming from images, and it's going to be the fit image, fit the PNG, so you guys can follow along too. Then background position is going to be centered, we want center the image. Then the background size will cover. Background size ought to be covered so it doesn't have any weird thing attached to it. Background size cover. Okay, and background color. Also, I don't know. I'm not seeing any change. We're in the right track. Our color is going to be black. Okay, and aspect ratio 3:2. Okay, then we see a width of 100% and give it a max height of 100 VH. Yeah, I remember my glasses. Like I said, I can see without it, and I'm a bit tired. But we move. Okay, so we have this nice image here. Okay, and we can see the little blur effect, and right here we can also, we can change the blur effect too and change to something like 10 or 5 or 2. You can see it's barely blurring anything. Or let's leave as 5 and let's see. You can see the blur effect there. So there. Okay, so then okay, what else we could do next now? Okay, so another thing we could do next would be, we have this Y fit section, and it's like this. When we expand it, it's more like this. Okay, the cursor will be the thing we'll do last. Okay, so let's go to our index, right? Our HTML file, and what we'll do next is to do a content section. So we'll call this content. Okay, then give a section with the class of content, and we create a div, and we create an h2 in that div, and we'll write Y fit, as you can see. Okay, then lorem, let's create dummy text. Maybe sometime in the future we'll do something actually that's real with this. We'll create a dummy text, and let's create another one that's about lorem 40. So give us 40 words, so to say. Alright, so we have that set. Another thing we'll now be doing is to also add our image. So right outside this div, we're going to use figure. In the HTML, I did an HTML tutorial in which we made use of what happened now? I did a tutorial I talked about figures, making use of figures in images. So when you use figures with your images, it makes everything similarly compact, makes everything together. If you watch image, you will understand better. So let's do images. Let's do fit1.jpg. Then, like I said, when we over, we want to be able to see. Let's come back here. So when we over, we want to be able to see like what the image is about, or any description we want to give. And on a norm, when we're using the image tag, we kind of want to use alt to put the description of the image. But yeah, we won't be using that. Rather, I'll be using data source. Or rather, sorry, I mean data over. So yeah, that's what we want to say. So I'll just work out. Okay, so we won't say anything yet now because we've not really done any styling to it. And next thing we'll do again would be, let's add another image, because I think we have 2 images right after this. Then images, and I'm going to use fit2, and we're going to use data over 2, and we're going to call it width lifting. Alright, so we have that set. Alright, so I did something in between. I call them intervals. Okay, let's come here. So let's say after this section, you see this interval, in this interval saying working out just for fun. So we'll just come right down here, and I'll say something like interval 1 begins. So just make you guys not to be too confused. So we'll create a section element, and right inside the section we'll have a p with with class of interval. So yeah, I wrote working out just got fun. All right, so I can just put interval on one end here. Okay, so next one also be having to be content. So give a figure. So the way I did it was that, you know, the first one we had the content coming before the image. So the second section we're kind of having the image coming before the content. So years ago we are going to put the image, and we're going to link it to images of a gym. So gym 1. Okay, then we'll give our data over again, and I'll call it, let's say, a food. I mean, what can I put now? Okay, as standard equipment. Okay, so we have that done. So beneath div, we'll create another div. In the div we'll have h2 say something like our services, and below the h2 we'll have dummy text, and let's do something like problem 60 to buttress this. Okay, let's take all these things. This ought to be, since we did this in section, it will be wiser to do this in section. So change that div to, you know, section. Okay, yeah, we're set to go. Okay, are we set? Okay, all right, so as you can see from here, we've done our services section. Next we want to do become a member. Okay, so I can just come here and say interval to begins, and we do a section again, and we give a p of class interval, that's the paragraph, give it, then write become a member. We'll change all this capital letter when we're styling. Okay, so here we can put interval one int. Okay, so let's go downwards, create another section and give a class of content. Remember that classes, you can have multiple classes, but you can't have multiple IDs. So we'll put our div h2, which says consultation and products. Okay, then right below there we have our paragraph, and lorem, let's do lorem 45, and right there we'll do another lorem 15. Okay, so that's that, and like I said, we're interchanging it. So now the image for this one will be right after here. Okay, so we're going to just create figure again like we did, and we're going to create an image, and then give a source, let's say something like feed 4. Okay, and we have a data over, and we'll give it endurance training. Okay, so we'll set on that. Okay, so let's see how it's going right here. So after that, after this, I don't recall. Yeah, after the first image, I put 2 images on. So we have another section. Yeah, also give it, we're not putting any interval here, only if you want to put, let's give it of a class of content. Okay, and like the figure is going to the figure, like the image rather, I mean, that's what I mean by figure is coming first. So the figure here will be images, and we'll call this fit 3. Okay, then we'll have this data over, yeah, I think I said focus building. Yeah, focus building. Okay, so we'll set somehow. Notice we have a div lorem 40. Okay, and below that we have another lorem, just something simple. So we're set basically. So if you come here, it's looking all messy. Trust me, HTML is not pretty. So we have all this just unorganized everywhere. Okay, going back, let's try and make something of ourselves. So let's try and just style this basic thing. Okay, so let's start by styling the content. Okay, so the section, select the section and the class of content underneath. So display is going to be display grid, because we are divided into columns. So grid template come one after one FR rather. So what this is going to do is going to separate it into two different columns, like you have seen here, like what you just did. After that, we're going to give it a, because everything is so enclosed, we're going to give it a grid gap of 24 pixels. Okay, so it does that. It's not looking so beautiful, but let's keep going. So starting the section alone, we'll give you a padding of 24 pixels. Okay, and go to H2 and font size 64 pixels, font width 400, line height will be 1.2, margin is 0, this is 20 pixels. Okay, so we can see it's taking shape bit by bit. All right. Then for our paragraph, we'll give it a margin of 0016 pixels. Okay, that's, if you're not clear on some of everything, just search it online. In the sense that why I said is that their docs, it's quite important. As long as, I feel like even if you're using ChatGPT, also make time to also search online, because there are documentations written about this thing. So if you want to use a car, you learn how to use, how would I put it? If I buy a water dispenser, for example, and I want to learn how to use it, the preferred method or the most sensible method would be to ask the owner of the water dispenser that how should I work around it. I don't feel you should not just jump to ChatGPT straight. So yes, ChatGPT is important. Yes. I use it. ChatGPT is my G, like my GG. But sometimes also it's okay to make time for reading documentations. Okay, so let's start the images. All right, so I'm going to give you a max speed of 100%. I know it's texting me. I'll give it a transition. A transition of 0.6 seconds. Ease in out. My battery is low. So right, of ease, the thing is easing out. Okay, then give you a margin of 10 pixels. Okay, then like I said, we're going to be over and over the image. All right, so this is not exactly how we want it to look like when it's let's see, this one is more, this one makes no sense. So I'm still going to fix this. So in the meantime, let us work on what happens when we over the image. So over our image, we notice that from here it's kind of it's getting bigger. So that means it's a scale, so it's scaling. All right, so we're going to give it a transform scale of 1.1. So let's see how that goes. so you can see that right there. Okay, then we'll give a what we're going to use mixed blend mode now. If you notice that when we over this image, there's something, there's a change in the, try to shade the filter now. There's a filter change. Like if you're styling your image and all, you can change the filter. So that same thing happening here. So, and the mixed blend will work by the time you do our mouse. The mixed blend is for that, and the filter too. So we're going to use mixed blend. The mode I was going to use exclusion. Then you can try out the various mixed blend modes. There's think there's difference. So mixed blend, by the time you try and explore everything, you see which one you want, which one you would prefer. But we won't say much here because our mouse, we're here to do our custom mouse. So filter will be sepia 50%. Okay, you can see the difference. So like you can always change it whatever you want. So assuming I use something like invert now, you're gonna see this. Yeah, so this, you can change it to whatever you want. What other thing can we do here? What else? I'm just try taking it because it will bring a list of suggestions, and there's no competition in cramming anything. So grayscale, yeah, it's going to give this, so you get, so but we're using sepia, yeah. So you can also state the degree of how much you want the effect to be. So I put 50%. All right, so that's what we have for over. Then we have an interval, right? The paragraphs that a paragraph text as an interval, like this become a member, for example. So right here we're going to, by the way, is it the fit sample is the one I already did. The fit is the one we're working on, so you don't mix it up. So the for our paragraph interval, give it a text transform, uppercase, font width of about 100, and font width of about 100, font size to EM, and font style italic. Okay, so right, so we're set. I think we're almost done. Let's try and add some, let's make it adaptive, so to say. Okay, right, break. Slightly tired, but it's fine. So next thing we'll try to do is to make this responsive. I don't know if I want to do it now, or let's also work on getting some other functionalities ready. I don't think doing that one will be so much of a big deal to be right certain time. So let's try and do the cursor, then I'll come back to the responsiveness, so I'm also missing something out. Okay, so let's go to our index.html once again, and let's add color changer, and we'll add a cursor. I don't know if we start with color changer until start with cursor, because now we'll be making use of JavaScript. And one other thing, I'm not connected to internet. Let me see if there's a chance I can get connected to internet. Like I said, for reasons known to me for now, I don't seem to have access. Okay, something like that. Yes, there's still no internet connection, so we're silently not doomed. We're not doomed. So we'll just go. We move. So yeah, let's start by making. I don't know which one to start with. Let's just go on. So okay, let's do our color changer. Okay, we'll give you a class of what color changer. What did I say? Color. Say that to me. Color changer. Yes, color changer. Then write color right here, because it's going to appear somewhere down there, like we can see here, right? So color, and we're going to give it an input of, see, when you put input, can we see this? Okay, we can't see it yet. You can't see it anywhere yet. Okay, yeah, you can see, yeah, this is it here. This is color. You can see it just right down here. Hope you guys can see this blue thing here. Look down, yeah, that's it, color. So is it input? The normal time, the usual way we're used to using input is when we want to use it in a form, right? But you're not using it as a form. I know for input there are various types. There's type of radio buttons, checkbox, but here we're not using text either, so we're using color. So yeah, so when we use the color, it provides us with this, which is in similitude with this, as you can see. All right, so we have that set and ready. I think I still want to keep this on black, but this is not automatically going to change the color of our website. It's not doing that. It's not automatically, so we'll have to do all that with JavaScript. Okay, so let's go to the cursor and let's put color changer here. So no color changer. So for a color cursor, we'll create a div with class of cursor or cursors. As you can see here, you see that this thing is, if it's moving fast, but as it's moving, you kind of see that it's as if they joined a number of circles together, like there are plenty, that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll create a div, and that you create a span and empty span. Come outside of the last div and create about, you can just create any number of divs you want. Let's do like 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think this is okay. We won't see any effect because they are just divs. So we'll go back to our styles and let's try and style things up. Alright. Now we're making use of Chroma.js. How do I explain this? I'll put the video out. Chroma.js is used from the name Chrome. I don't know if that makes sense, but color, it has to do with color. So basically it's going to give us a template in which you can use also to, change the color of like use like in our color template, our color palette rather, because it's like a palette, right? Because we're changing various color. Okay. So let's start with the color changer. I have a CDN ready, so I'm just going to copy and paste that. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are back. So I'm going to paste it right here. So yeah, so this is Chroma.js. Just copy the CDN and copy the script in this right here. Okay, yeah, so let's get back to index and let's do some JavaScript. Okay, we can do this, can't we? Yes, we can. Are you ready? Aye, Captain. I don't know why I said that, but so const changer, create a constant changer, create a document, we'll create selector. So I'm going to select our div and color changer input. So what I'm doing here is I was selecting this. I'm selecting the color changer and I'm selecting input in the color changer, the way you do in your normal CSS. Okay. Then const, we'll create a constant called body tag. Okay. And document, the create selector. I'm selecting the body. Okay. Right. Then on our changer, we want to add an event listener. So this is a changer. We want to add an event listener. So what's going to listen for is for inputs, as far when anybody clicks the color. Then we'll create a function. Alright. what this function will do is that we want to the style of the background color. Okay, we want to change the values. So we'll say body tag the style, right? The background color. So we can manipulate the DOM from here, right? So equals to change our value. That's change at this value. Okay. Then we'll create a constant color equals to chroma changer dot value. Okay. And we're not going to say that if the color luminance is less than 0.3. Okay. Let the body tag class list be dark. So yeah, we kind of want to say when it's like 0, when luminance 0, you want the color inside to be dark. And we know that we had created a class. Okay, we have created a class of something is up. We have created a class of dark. Yeah, I think I made it. I'm trying to correct this. I think so. Yeah, no, not here. So what I'm saying now is, let's go back here. If the color, the luminance color is below a certain level, we want to change. For example, luminance. We want to be able to change the fonts. For example, if you have a white background, we want to change a black font. Okay, so okay, I see what's wrong now. So we're gonna cover this up. So right outside there, we're going to body tag the class list. Okay, so when is that condition, we want to add the dark effect that we had styled in our CSS. Okay, so else body tag the class list and remove dark. Okay, if it's not the case, so you can see it's working now, right? So you can see it's now working. Okay, so next let's try and do our cursor. All right. So in our cursor, create a constant cursor tag. Okay, I'm going to document dot. I want to get the query selector of the div, query selector of the div, and the class called cursor. So in our styles, in our index here, in our HTML file, you see that we give it a class cursor. So coming back here, we're going to say the query selector div cursors. Okay, and then we're going to do another constant. I'm going to, because this thing is moving in balls, in codes like balls like this. So we're going to give it constant, call it balls. I'm going to say balls equals to cursor tag the query selector the div. So what we're doing here is actually to select the div inside the div, like the container div has a class cursor. Inside the container div with the class cursor, we have a div. So here we're trying to actually get that div inside the cursor div. Do you understand? So then we create another one of ball message, because we said our aim is to achieve that when we over this, we want a message to pop up, right? So we're going to call it ball message. Okay, so it's called this, the way you write things like this, with the second word is capital letter, it's called camel casing, right? So so we're going to cursor tag the query selector span. Okay, so what we're doing is that inside the cursor tag from here, div span, go back to HTML. I think this is mosquito here. Inside here, wow, we want to, this is where our message will be, basically inside here, but we're not going to put it there. Okay, so that's what we want to manipulate with our JavaScript. Then we do const images is equals to document, what have I done, document the query selector all. So I want to select all the images. Okay, and we gave a data over, so we're going to use data over, so the ones that have the image. So you can say let's create a constant, let's x a variable, let's x equals to 0. We will aim x to equal to 0, we aim y to equal to 0. Okay, as our initial positions of our cursor. Okay, then we set the balls for each of the balls, and what we mean by balls are each of the divs, for each of those divs that we have created. Okay, I want to get the ball, and we'll pass in its parameters, the ball and index. Okay, so we'll say let's current x equals to 0, let's current y equals 0. Okay, so this, and I'm wondering where the error is coming from. Okay, it's coming. Okay, yeah, fix that. So we want the speed of the cursor to be about 0.3 minus the index times 0.015. Okay, then const animate. We'll create a constant like a function for the animation. So we'll create a function. Okay, and we do the current x. Okay, we want to add, we're going to do little math kind of, so the aim x and the current x. This cursor is moving. I don't mean to be that dramatic, but cursor is moving. So from where the cursor is to where you want the cursor to be, so where the cursor is the current x. Where you want the cursor to be is the aim x. And what we mean by x, when you're doing maths, x is simply horizontal, y is vertical. Oh yeah, horizontal, vertical. So when you're moving horizontally, that's your aim x and current x. Get, so where you are is your current x, where your cursor is your current x, where you want your cursor to go is your aim x. Okay. So we're going to multiply that by the speed. Okay, then we'll do the same thing for the y. So we're going to say current y. Okay, the aim x minus the current y. Sorry. So we're going to multiply that by the speed. Okay, let's keep going. Right, so the ball style now, I'm going to say ball of the style on the left, okay, is equals to current x plus px. Okay, then ball the style dot top is equals to current y dot px. Okay, how about getting somewhere? Okay, so there's something in JavaScript we'll call a request animation frame, and we'll call the functions animate, right? So right outside there, we're going to call the function, to animate. Okay, we're not seeing anything. Okay, all right, so let's go back to our styles, because we're not seeing much happening here. Okay, I'm going to go back to our styles, and let's try and style our cursor. Then we'll come back and complete. Okay, so come here. Alright, and one of the things we'll be doing will be adding styles to both the color changer and I think we already did that for color changer. Where's our color changer? Yes, see, okay, we have not added. As you can see here, our color changer is fixed here, so we'll also do that. Okay, so we're going to come here and div color changer. Okay, we want the position to be fixed. Fixed in the sense that this thing is in the same position as we move through the website. Okay, so feed, then top 0, then left 0, width give about 100%, height 100%, opacity give it 0. Okay, we have to see something. Okay, I think I made some mistake here. Oh, this should be now. This now. I think was wrong. Let's try this again. We want the positions to be fixed here, and we're targeting it to be down here. All right. So we'll give it a bottom. Let's try this. A bottom of 16 pixels. Okay. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Then left, or rather right. Okay, give our right 16 pixels too. Okay, and border of 2 pixels. Solid and white. Okay, then text align center and transition spelling, man. So transition border 1 second. So I don't know, we can see it. I'm taking a little bit of shape there. So let's add a bit of padding to it. Alright, we'll add 6 pixels top and bottom, 2 pixels left and right. So we have that. Let's give it border radius to so about 30 pixels. So okay, it's looking a little bit like it. So we'll add the text to the center and so we'll do something to here in the body. When it's seemingly dark, we want the color changer the border to 1 pixels, or let's say 2 pixels. So change that. Alright, so we want to remove this input. It's not supposed to be there, like in our other one, because we can see here that it's not here. Like the one we did is not there. You can see it's not there. So we'll come here. Me just checking to ensure that I'm recording. It's not usually funny. How would I record something for so long and it's not been recording? I used to be close. I was like, goodness me. I've been there. So position absolute. Okay. Then one try to get rid of that top 0, left 0, and width be 100%, and height 100%, and opacity of 0. Okay, for the meantime. Okay, so we kind of add that here, and our stuff is still working. Okay, so yeah, so let's go back. Okay, so we have that kind of ready. So let's try and style our cursors, then go back to coding it out. So our cursor is going to be a ball. We call it a ball because it's rounded, and I think it's cursors we used. Cursors, okay, not cursor. So it should be an S here. Alright, so we'll give a Z index of 10 because it's going to be above almost everything else. And the purpose of the mixed blend mode is that when we probably over any of this state, we kind of want this effect. There's an effect it has. So that effect, this effect that give the brownish highlights over the image, is the mixed blend mode quality or property rather. So the mixed blend mode will give it different. It can also be, which one did we use before? Was it? Let's say animation. No, it's not coming to me. So we do a div and give you div cursors, then the div inside there, then span element 2. This one will probably that's going to take our. This is going to take our message. I mean the words you want to pop up on when we override the image. Okay. Then we'll also do one before that. We'll do one just for the div. Okay, and then we'll do the position to absolute and a top of 200 pixels, left of 200 pixels, so width of 24 pixels, height of 24 pixels, background color of bisque. This is a weird color, this photo, and I kind of like it. Then the border, they'll give you a border radius of about 50%. We want this to be a circle. This is not the one we're doing, this is the one we're doing. Okay, we want it to be a circle. You have to show where it to be done, and so give a border radius. Then pointer events, we want it to be none, and our transform translates, we want it to be 50%. So this centers it. So this kind of going to center the mouse, like this crossing between the mouse. And that makes sense. Okay. In our div span, we're also going to give it position absolute. And we give it a top of 0, a left of 30 pixels, width of 200 pixels, font size of 24 pixels, and font weight would be about 700, and line height be 24 pixels, and also the line, we'll give the color to be beige. That's the text. I don't think it's working yet. Let's just keep going. It's gonna work. Fingers crossed. Honestly, fingers crossed, because sometimes code doesn't want to work. So we'll give a transition. I don't get my issue with transition spelling today. Transition. Give it an opacity, then 0. Opacity and 0.5 seconds. Okay, then a mixed blocking mode, I'll still do a like example by the time we get our cursor to show. So I'm not showing it. Alright, so to do one, we're going to add a class of visible, but we're going to use that using our JavaScript. Okay, so give an opacity of 1. Okay, so I don't need anything more. Okay, let's go back to our index.html, index.js rather, and let's continue our style, our functionality. So in the document, alright, that we added the event listener to, so add an event listener to watch out for when our mouse will move. Okay, then we'll create a function for the event of our mouse moving. Because it's an event, I mean, your mouse moves. That's an event you should take note of. So give it the mx. Like I said, mx where you want the mouse to go to, because the events dot page y, page x, then page y. So I can just copy this down, this to be y, this to be x. So this will be y rather. The images for each. So for each of this image, right? What do we want to do? We want to also add an event listener for when we over an image. Is it clear? So we add an event listener. So watch out for a mouse move. Okay. Alright. Then we create a function for that too. And when the mouse moves over the image, we want to show our message. So we're going to attach it to our class list. So we're going to add the styling we did for visible. Okay, and we'll give the ball message the inner HTML. Okay, and now the image just get attributes data over. Okay, then right outside there, so outside here to create do this. So image, okay, add event listener. When the mouse is out, we also want it to not show anymore. So also create a function for that. Alright, and we'll do ball message for class read, then remove visible. So I don't think there's no effect here. Okay, yeah, we're seeing something, but it's not moving. What's causing that? It's not moving. So let's make it move. Let's look at our code. Okay, let's try to explain everything from the beginning. Our color changer is working, I believe. So yeah, it's working. So but what is not yet working is our mouse effect. So we created a construct for a cursor tag, and we said our document because we create oh my goodness, create selector to select the div that's the div with the class cursors. Then we created another constant called balls, and under it we queried, like we got the elements of div. Then in our ball message we got the element of the div and span. Then for our images, we selected all the images that have the data over. Then we select the aim that we're going to be initially 0, and then where we're going to the y axis will also be 0. Okay, so we're not saying that for balls, for each ball we gave it an index, like a unique name. Okay, okay, bless God, let's go. So we'll select current x equals y and let's current y equals 0. Now select the speed equals 0.3 minus index times 0.05. Then we created a constant and like a function for the animation. So we said const equals to animate equals to function, and the current x plus that's x minus current x times the speed, and current y, that's now y minus current y times the speed. Then the ball something's up. Something is up. You guys get it. There's something up somewhere. Yeah, I was doing a video on debugging. I remember. I think that was even recent. So let's try and debug this because I feel like I've done everything right. Be cold. We created a constant for an animation. I'm sorry, the animation is equals to function. Yeah. Then bold the star left. Okay. And request animation frame animate. What else is long for? Add a business and move function events. Alright, with aimed at events.page and page y. Something is definitely up. Trying to figure it out. Keep trying. Okay. I want to move this to get this to move on. You guys, I really don't know what to do. I think we'll take it over again. Like, I can't say anything. I don't think this is anything, something that only happens to me. But I believe it's just from because this upper part is working. So it's just the cursor part that seems to be an issue, and I don't know why it is. Because I've checked everything. Okay, should we start again? Let's start again. Let's take it over again. Okay, it won't hurt. It's all part of the process. It will soon be done. We're creating a constant. I'm sorry, called cursor tag. Okay, and we're getting our documents. Okay, and we're getting the query selector of div cursors. Sorry. So God knows if this was the little mistake that was going on. I'm going to open the server side on my browser so I can see. Okay, and we'll have another constant called polyballs, and we'll do our documents. So rather than the document, we'll do our cursor tag j.query selector or the divs. Okay, then we're also going to now look at our ball message. It's already I've tried. So let's say our cursor tag, and we're also going to get the query selector of our div and span. Okay, and a constant of images in documents is query selector all. I want to select all the images that have something called the data over. We're going to write image and data over So we're going to say let mx equals 0, like I mentioned earlier, and let I'm trying to refer to let my equals to 0. Okay. Then the balls for each. Not outside balls for each. Balls for each. Okay. Then we're going to put our ball, the index. Then we'll say we'll want to let our current this thing be x. So then so much, and our current other one should be y. Okay. And the current x, the position is equal to 0. This 2 is equal to 0. Right? So what we said that we want to multiply the speed because 0 times 3 minus index times 0.0115. Okay. So we're going to create a constant called animate equals to function current x equals to. Okay. So I mentioned all. I wrote all the forms. I already explained most of these things. So now I'm just trying to walk through and see what's wrong with my code. Speed, and same thing goes here. All the x is turned to y. The x is turned to y. And that x is turned to y. Okay. So we have something like that. Then we're going to say we want to implement the styles of the boss. Well, so then the style to the left equals to current x plus px. Okay. Then the ball style is right. So the top right equals to current equals to current y plus px. Okay. Now we're going to request animation frame and pass it animate. I won't do much here, but I won't be by the time we call it here. It should. So yeah, we have a position here, but yet it's not yet moving. Okay, it's not yet moving. Okay. So that seems like a good sign. So now in our document, we want to have an event list now to know when the mouse moves. Okay. So we're going to write mouse move and create a function for that. And in creating that function, we'll pass in the props of event. Okay. And we're passing in the prop event through the mx equals events dot page x, sorry, events dot, what's going on? I guess you didn't know. I'm rushing for the event dot pay mx equals to events dot page x. Okay, something is up, definitely up. So we're going to take this, turn the pin into patch and the events dot page y. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, we have this. We have it moving now. Okay, so what we want is that when we over this, we don't just want this, we also want our images to show. So we're going to do images. I still don't know what happened to that other code for each, so for each image, okay, I want to add an image an event listener. Okay, and we're looking for a mouse over for when the mouse is over. So when the mouse is over, we'll create a function of what to happen. And what we want to happen, we want to be able to see our text. So we'll say create bold message. Alright, choose the class list. Then add. We already created a stuff of visible, which for the text that will be also be using. So it's not as if it's not, you didn't consider him or something. So inner HTML, so image, the get attributes. I think I just sleep talk now. Like I'm awake, but like I'm really dizzy. Like I'm sleeping rather. So image dot add event listener. The mouse out. So create function what should happen when our mouse is out. That means we no longer want it disturbing us basically. So we're going to do bold message. This bold message, the class list, the remove visible. So up above we added what should happen. That should add what we wanted to move. So you can see, but it ought to remove. See, this is not supposed to still be there. So we want to remove this away. So let's check out what could we have done. So we created a document, add event, remove event. Okay, then for each image, alright, we added an image event listener for the mouse over, and we created a function that for the bold message, that's for the class list, and we added this thing visible. Then in our inner HTML, right, we now did try to get attributes of the data over. And after we created another event listener for mouse out, then we did a function to remove visible. What are we gonna do? Where is the issue now? Because it's not supposed to be like this, do you understand? This is falling everywhere. That was not our plan. That was not the plan. Okay, so let's think through. I'm quite exhausted myself. I said I was sleep talking while I was teaching this thing. It's not even funny. Yeah, it's pretty late where I am. Oh god. Bugs. That's the first what they call it bug. Actually, the first time they had an issue, maybe programming, was actually a bug that was stuck inside. So I guess my dear programmers thought of the word to be pretty nice. So they also said no problem, we'll name it that. So let's see what is up with this. I'm trying to see what's up. Yeah. So looking at event listener, right? That's what we're doing. We're looking for mouse move. Okay. Then after we create a function, and inside here we create events. Alright, then x equals events dot page x, and y is equals to events dot page y. Okay. The next thing, see, we already have this. So next thing too, for our images, for each of our image, what an image add event listener. Function. Okay, create a function. What should happen after we? Yeah, I'm feeling sleepy. Like, oh, that is like, oh boy. So function. Create that function. Yeah. So like we want the message to show, and it must show. So we do a class list, then we did a styling in our CSS, and we call it visible. Okay, visible. Then for that ball message, we want to get the HTML inside and the image. So the image, the get attribute. Okay, so once the text there is what we want to get the text there and use it as data over. Okay. Okay. So now I want to remove this thing because we want to override. We want the name to go. So right inside there, create another one for image dot add event listener. Now what we'll be listening for this time will be when the mouse is out. So say mouse out. We'll create a function for that. Okay, and a ball message class list. So we want to remove the class. So when you do like this, yeah, so that's it. When you do like this, by the time we move away, we don't longer want to see it. So that's all, and you can see this effect is the blend mode. So I said I was going to show you guys the practical mode. So I remove the mixed blend mode now. I remove this mixed blend mode. We're not really seeing. Okay, that's one mixed blend mode. Let's look for another mixed blend mode. Okay, you can see that we're not seeing that effect again. So mixed blend mode is what is causing the effect. I think so if I use what is it? So let's come here. If I use exclusion, let's see what will happen. Exclusion, they look alike, but there's a difference between exclusion and difference. Another, let's comment this and let's try other mixed blend modes. So other mixed blend mode is there's something called color bond. Can never say anything now. Yeah, this is what they mean by color bond. Maybe if we change it to a brighter color, okay, we can see what they mean by color bond. But that's not what we're using to get. So color dodge, I don't know what this is about, so you can see what that is. So but also we're using color difference. So you can just explore based on your preference, So what's next? I think the last part would be to make it responsive, make the website responsive basically. This is not the height of responsiveness that they are better ways to this. So let's real quick make this stuff responsive. Okay, so let's just go to the end of our page and let's put something like responsiveness. So add media query. Okay, max width. I like leaving it like that because 768 pixels. Alright, so for our section, for the content there, give it up for our section. Once we make this display to just be one, so we'll do display grid, and the grid template will just be one. Then current color will be one fraction. So it's taking the whole full page, as you can see. And grid gap should be about 24 pixels. Okay. Then outside that image, we can start our image to have a width of 100%. What happens when we make them small? It's like something like 80. This can do. You can do this, right? That's fine. So our media query we could do be for width here will be 480 For this one is for smaller font basically. So the header, you take it to position to be fixed, and the width to be adjusted with about 375 pixels, and the margin right is about 15 pixels. So section content on smaller devices. Okay, so do display of grid. So the same thing applies here. Grid templates on fraction and a grid gap is about, the grid gap is about 24 pixels. Please copy the image to put it somewhere, and thereafter div cursor, div 5 pixels. So we have this set. So I think that's all. Basically, what other thing was in my mind? And let's see. Okay, I feel something. Okay, am I missing anything? I think we're good to go. Sets. Yeah. So I think we're good to go. We're fine. We're set. So you guys, we're done with this video. I'm done with this tutorial. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. So we have this beautiful. So when we override it, we see this. The texts here, they are lesser, but we can also make the arrow, instead of being 100%, we can make it. I said I was done. That thing is a bad habit. Arrow, we can make the arrow section. Make it like 60%. We can also see that it has its own effect on it. So you guys should just feel free to manipulate, walk around. This is 100. So okay, I'll say it's 60 VH, for example. So when you use VH, you're talking about vertical height. So you're changing vertical height. So yeah, so basically that's all. We've come to the end of the video. We've learned how to do this amazing ball. We can add more to it too. Let's see, we add more here. You also do it, creating you see that, so yeah, you're creating a folder for it too. So you guys, thanks for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Our color is working. I'm gonna take my face away. Our color is working. Yeah, so we're done. So peace out. See you guys in the next video. I want to do amazing content for you. I am working on not making my videos long, because why I don't want to make it long is that I feel you need to understand. You understand? So that's, but still, I'm going to work on it. Thank you. So you guys, peace out. Bye.